I usually get pretty excited when I start making a new food video, but today I'm super excited. Let me tell you why. I've made this video in collaboration with two other YouTubers, Creme de la Creme, Finnish food tubers, the big and bad, the godfather of Finnish YouTube food scene, Roizuvlogz, and another rising star, Ruokatube. Both of the guys make excellent food, excellent videos, and today all of us decided to make something special for you guys, meatballs. So today you will see 3 different versions of meatballs. I will put the links down below, go check out what the guys came up with. But first I will show you guys how to make Italian style meatball dish served with spaghetti. Come and see the ingredients. So we will first make a sauce out of these San Marzano tomatoes, garlic, fresh basil, olive oil, salt and pepper, and a little special ingredient, vodka. To finish it all up, we will mix in some good quality Italian Parmesan cheese. This is just so good. And for the actual meatballs, we will be using ground beef and pork, mixed in with some eggs, garlic, onion, breadcrumbs, and fresh herbs like parsley and basil. And all this will be served with spaghetti cooked al dente. Let's get to work now. Let's start by mixing all the meatball ingredients. Take your knife and make sure it's sharp. Oh yeah. Onion. Me. And yeah, try not to cry. This is a happy moment. Something like this. Everything goes in a bowl. Next up, your meat. Two eggs. Breadcrumbs. Take your garlic crusher. Now, good bunch of parsley and basil. And now use your knife skills again. And it should look like this. And in a bowl. Then some of that salt and pepper. And this is how your meatballs to be will look like now. All you need to do now is to go in there with your hands and give it a proper mix. It took me like 2 minutes max to get it in this form. Now wash your hands, cover with clingfilm and place your meat mixture in the fridge to wait for the next steps. If your fridge is as full as mine, you need to make some room by cracking up one beer. Now let's start preparing the tomato sauce. Cheers! Good stuff. For making the tomato sauce, I'm gonna use a blender. You don't need one if you like a little chunkier consistency, but I like my sauce smooth, so I will use this blender today. And remember guys, the best tomatoes out there are San Marzano. And DOB here means they are real. So go for San Marzano if you can. Now let's see if the San Marzano will blend. And these are whole peeled tomatoes. And I'm not going for that extra smooth consistency, but let's just smooth it out a little. I think that's enough. And by the way, this sauce is inspired by hands down my favorite YouTuber right now, not another cooking show. Go check him out, he's making the most amazing pasta dishes ever. Now let's move into garlic business. So the idea here is to slice them as thin as possible. I don't know why, but my garlics are a bit greenish today, so I'm gonna get rid of the green stuff. Just like this. And this green stuff is no dangerous, but it has got this little bitter taste, so better discard it. Okay, now start slicing the garlic like real thin slices. Like this. It took some time to get them as thin as they are, but don't skip this step as it's really important to get all the flavors infused in the sauce. Next you will see what I'm talking about. And now let's get down to the nitty-gritty of things here. No, it's not the beer, it's the sauce. In a cold pan, add your olive oil, basil, and your thinly sliced garlic. Now your pan goes on low heat. Let your pan heat up slowly while your garlic and basil are doing their thing, releasing all their goodness in the oil. Now, after about 5 minutes or so, take your tomato and stir it in. Now the pan on medium-high heat. And mix it all together. Add salt. And just a little bit of pepper. And then comes our secret ingredient, vodka. So what vodka does to tomato, it releases those hidden flavors, getting even more out of these fantastic San Marzano tomatoes. Go in with a good tablespoon and you will see the difference. And yeah, use quality vodka. I have some Russian stuff. It's gold, so it must be good. Finlandia vodka is good too. And now while the sauce is boiling, it's time to start making the meatballs. Making the meatballs is super easy and fun. Just take a parchment paper and just start forming balls out of your meat mixture like this. And yeah, don't forget your tomato sauce. Check that nothing is burning. It's coming together really nicely. Okay, so it took about 6 minutes to get the meat boiled. Now let's wash our hands and take a look at the sauce. Okay, as you can see, the sauce has thickened up quite a bit. Looking pretty good. Okay, I'm happy how the sauce looks now. So we leave it for simmer on low heat now and start cooking the meatballs. And we will cook the meatballs in a pan today. You could use oven, but I like how the pan gives a nice crust on the meatball. So first pan on medium-high heat. And as these balls are pretty fatty already, I'm not gonna add any cooking oil or anything. Just straight in the pan. You don't want to overcrowd the pan though, so I will put 9 at a time. And you see how they immediately start getting color. The smell is amazing, and I'm running out of beer. Just kidding, I'm not. It's okay. And now that your balls have got this nice color, you can put your pan on low-medium heat and cover it with a lid. Now just give your meatballs a turn every now and then. For the sake of this show, I will cook these meatballs in batches. I will now transfer the second batch to wait until we are done with the first one. After about 13-14 minutes, one great way to see if your meatballs are ready is to cut one in half. So choose the biggest meatball in a pan, cut it in half, and you will immediately see that this is done. And it looks good. When using pork on your meatballs, you really need to make sure it's well done. Now take the meatballs off the heat and put the sauce back in. Beautiful. Now it's time to grate some Parmesan cheese in the sauce. So take your box grinder and be generous. Now give it a stir. And look at this amazing sauce you've made. And this is a good indication that your sauce is thick enough. Now it's time to taste. A little bit more salt. It needs a little more salt. And a bit of Parmesan as well. And try again. Perfect. Now I can't exactly say how much salt to put in the sauce, because everybody tastes this salt a little different way, but this is the time to add more if needed. Now take your meatballs, in the sauce they go, cover them with that goodness, that nice and rich tomato sauce you made. Look at it. Lid on and set aside. Time to make the spaghetti. Making pasta in general is no rocket science, and spaghetti is no exception, but it's also really easy to screw up. Take a pan filled with water, generous amount of salt in the water. Then add your pasta in the water. Then look for that al dente doneness. Not quite there yet, just a couple of more minutes and we are done. Okay, now drain the water. Now take your spaghetti and first throw in only some of this sauce. Mix it all up. Then take your meatballs in the middle, a little more of that sauce on top. Then the Parmesan cheese. Garnish with basil. And there we go. Look at it. First up comes the smell. The herbs, the tomato, Parmesan cheese, garlic. Let's have a taste. Let's try to have a bit of everything here. Wow. Now it tastes as good, if not better, than it smells. This tomato sauce is absolute killer. Go check out the recipe below and go check out Not Another Cooking Show. This guy is absolute genius. And the vodka, it's totally optional. Try it out if you haven't already. I'm really looking forward to what my YouTube colleagues have come up with. I have not seen their videos yet, but all the links can be found down below. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that like button if you did like this video. If you have any good stories to share, please use that comment box below. This is no 15-minute meal, but it's all worth it. Until next time. Crazy good. Cheers.